Hello everyone, my name is Carla Venegas and this is my oral presentation on my fieldwork experience. So the school that I observed was a private school by the name of Foothill Country Day School, and it is located in Claremont, California. The founding statement of the school is, "We sought to establish a school in which our students would find stimulation and excitement in learning and would be challenged to put forth their best efforts. But even greater than our concern for academics has been our determination to do an old-fashioned thing, to build character in our children, to stress honesty, courtesy, responsibility, and a concern for others." If you guys would like to learn more about Foothill Country Day School, you're welcome to click here where it says founding statement, and it has a link that will redirect you to their website. So the times in which I went to go complete my fieldwork experience was done over the course of 2 days, which include April 21st and 28th. So through the times of 8:45 and 3:05 on both days, I was able to complete about 13 hours of observations. I observed a multitude of teachers, as can be seen listed here, and these teachers were either homework teachers or they were subject-specific teachers, and I observed students of different grade levels as well via a schedule provided to me by the director of the lower school, Jody Lashy, so very appreciative of her. And these were some of the subjects, like I said, that I observed as well. So as educators, we all know that the environment in which our children are learning is very important, and even though Foothill Country Day School is a small community-based school, it still uses its space very wisely. It's very open and it provides a lot of greenery, and in some areas it's even built upwards in the upper school actually. So yeah, overall it's a space in which children can feel safe, and I think that even more than that, I think it's a space that a lot of parents really appreciate because of its openness and its visual appeal. So, and here's some pictures of the school. In terms of inside appearance, it's also very spacious on the inside, and here is a kindergarten classroom with kindergartners. And it just shows how like spacious the classroom is, and also because of the space provided and the small community, the classes are able to be smaller as well. So it just makes like the space provided even more larger and more spacious for the students that are already there. Besides classrooms, there's plenty of other learning facilities that can be utilized by the students or are utilized by the students, such as the art room and the computer lab, and they also have a theater and a music room. And I think that's I think it's amazing that the schools able to provide these places for students to, be able to foster their interest and like not expose, but just present to them these different things such as art and music and stuff like that. So yeah, again, there's lots of space, and so we move on to multiple intelligence. So I was actually very surprised by the observations that I made, but I'll go, and the use of multiple intelligence, but I'll go into that a little bit later. Two places in where I saw effective multiple intelligences being used were in a 4th grade science classroom and in a 1st grade homeroom classroom. So in the science classroom, the students were required to complete an element pizza box. So that use logical / mathematical, spatial / visual, linguistic, and now that I think about it, it also includes interpersonal. Yeah, interpersonal, because it requires students to work by themselves. They're allowed to, interact with one another, but mostly they're focused on creating their perfect pizza box with their perfect ingredients. So what they do is they research an element that has been given to them, and they find out how many protons, neutrons, and electrons it has, and like the composition of the element. And so they're able to put that together and create the perfect pizza with supplies provided to them by their instructor or teacher. So this in a way is also a form of assessment. So I thought that was very creative, and I was very pleased to see that. And additionally, in the homeroom that I also observed that was full of first graders, where I saw multiple intelligence was at these math stations created because, first of all, they were divided. There were 4 of them, and they were divided by 2. One section was labeled as the whisper section, and the other one as the silent section. So the silent one required interpersonal intelligence because students were working by themselves, and the whisper ones interpersonal because students were working collaboratively. And so besides that, they were dealing with math problems, so there's that. And spatial and visual because, and I should have perhaps it maybe included kinesthetic, only because in one of the stations the students were pretty active because they had to roll dice and they had to retrieve it as the dice were rolled. So they were moving their bodies, and because of the movement, I think it really made the activity really fun and interactive. In the whisper station, students were also given the opportunity to work with the teacher. So these stations just offered students a variety of different ways to complete their math and show understanding, and it was definitely a way to use as an assessment because they were also required to have a math journal throughout their as they move throughout the stations. So that was pretty cool. And then so that's where linguistic ties in, the usage of a journal and recording like reflections and also their progress, and even just completing math problems in their journal. So my final thoughts. I was really impressed by the previous 2 activities, the creation of the math station and the element pizza as a way to use multiple intelligence and multi-subject integration. However, I was actually very shocked to find that through my observations, I felt like a lot of the teachers actually lacked multiple intelligence awareness. I understand that maybe the concept of being subject specific is good in concept, in the sense that you want your students to be exposed to as many different things as possible, like music, art, and Spanish. However, when they just become subject specific and students are not able to understand the correlation between the subjects and be critical thinkers and see it as a whole and the way that it relates to the outside world, I think that's when it loses its effectiveness, and students also begin to lose interest. So that's something that I also saw. Students were more engaged with the teachers that use multiple intelligence and multi-subject integration. Teachers were able to capture their students' attention like that more easily, and students were just more well behaved and respectful. And it was interesting because I was able to observe the same group of students same groups of students as they move through various classrooms. Something also unexpected that I found at the school is that they have something called quiet time. So after lunch and recess, they sit for about 15 minutes. Well, not sit. They are in their classroom for about 15 minutes, and they can do literally anything as long as they are quiet. So they have the freedom to cut paper, to write, to read, to just as long as they're quiet, they're able to just do whatever they want. And the lower school director actually told me that the concept behind that is that students are being given freedom and the sense of self-dependency. So I thought that was pretty neat, cool concept that they're going for. So what I learned is actually I was able to see scaffolding in practice in various classrooms. And I also really just learned the importance of MI, and also the importance of energy that the teachers give to the classroom is very important, because those that used MI were also the teachers that were the most engaged with their students and the most energetic, and I thought that was pretty awesome. So anyways, that's it. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.